Hey guys, EDDBUD here, and it's time for another episode of Running Shoe, Yay or Nay. Decided to shoot in a different place today just for a little bit of differentiation, I suppose. So first shoe today is the Adidas Solar Boost 3. So for yonks and yonks, viewers have been getting hold of me and saying, Ed, can you please review the Adidas Solar Boost 3? Another one from those three-stripe shoe masters. But you know, I like to convince myself that I need to review the shoe before I review it. Does that make sense? So this Solar Boost 3 appears to be the Ultra Boost 21's cousin almost. At least that's what it looks like to me anyway. You've got a more mesh-like upper though on the Solar Boost 3 in comparison to the knit that's on the Ultra Boost 21. I'm not sure about those solar propulsion rails though. Sounds like something the Great Western Rail Company would come up with to remove leaves from the track. You've got that LEP system that you also see on the underside of the Ultra Boost 21 here on the Solar Boost 3. Apparently it stands for Linear Energy Point, but I think that little extra push sounds better. What do you think? Outsole? Continental? I mean, what else was going to be on there? Apparently they've put a few TPU areas onto the mesh upper to try and reinforce it, increase that durability a little bit. Does appear to be quite a bit lighter than the Ultra Boost 21. Certainly that is one heavy shoe. Will it be that much lighter in my UK 11.5 though? It remains to be seen. I like trying out Adidas shoes. They're always quite thoughtful in terms of their design. You can always see what they were trying to get at, even if perhaps they don't nail it in the shoe. So I like the classic stylings here as well, and there's a black and white version which, you know, I'm a bit of a sucker for. 10 mil drop. I think I've got a 25% off code knocking round somewhere. I'm going to say it's a yay from me for the Adidas Solar Boost 3. Shoe 2, we have the Pegasus 37 Premium. You might say, but Ed, it's just the same Pegasus 37 that you didn't like. But there's one little detail here that could make all the difference. The Blue Ribbon Sports Pack edition does have one significant change, which is in the tongue of the shoe. You've got that exposed foam, similar to what you get on a Cortez or something, and that could make a bit of a difference. That big issue for me on the Pegasus 37 was that awfully thin tongue. Actually, it was kind of awful, really. There's just no way to tighten the laces up enough over the top of the foot, and I felt the laces digging into my foot. It really wasn't a pleasant experience. Just a poor design, and you had to wear a much thicker sock, and the lockdown wasn't great. Maybe it could improve it with this version of the shoe. So both versions of the Pegasus 37 Blue Ribbon do have that exposed foam tongue. I have to say, it really does look the part. They are beautiful iterations of the Pegasus 37. A killer colourway, it really does stand out. It looks 1,000 times better than the original Pegasus 37 launch colourway, so it's just so boring. Do I need another Peg 37? Absolutely not. So regardless of the fact they've possibly improved the tongue here on this special sort of 70s nod version, I'm going to say it's a nay for me on this one. But if you are a fan of the shoe, I can see this being a big improvement in terms of lockdown. At least it's going to protect the top of your foot anyway. Shoe 3. So there's a little piece of Nike history being relaunched or retroed over at the Sneakers app. I think this one launches in early March, the Waffle Trainer 2. I think it's like a beefed up silhouette of the original Waffle Trainer that Nike released in the 70s. I mean, it's a real winner in terms of retro qualities. Not entirely sure what it'd be like as a running shoe. That aside, the Tailwind 79 is actually a fairly decent running shoe. You can still run in that shoe, no problems at all. I think most way out there is that waffle outsole. It looks like something that Hoka would do actually in terms of the shape, the profile of the outsole. I mean, it looks too close to a Hoka shoe for comfort, really. Makes you wonder whether Hoka got that original design idea from this early Nike shoe. I know you shouldn't judge too much about the looks of a running shoe, but I think this one looks absolutely amazing. To be quite frank, I'm tempted just to pick it up just to prove that you can in fact run in it. I think there's so many overly compressive, ridiculous, bulbous shoes out there right now. There's some super high stack abominations that have been released recently, and I just think it's getting a little bit out of hand. Or foot. That midnight navy version really is my bag. And I think it'd go quite well with the Tailwind 79 and that Adidas SL72 that I've got too. More exposed tongue goodness on this one, as per that Pegasus 37 Blue Ribbon edition, and a sub 100 Earth credit price. So I think if these don't sell out too quickly, I might pick up a pair, just to prove that, you know, you can run in pretty much any shoe, maybe aside from Wellington boots. Nylon, suede, waffles, and there's even some orange hits on there. It's a yay for me. Why not? I'll give the Waffle Trainer 2 a whirl. Last but not least, shoe 4. Last shoe today is from the North Face, the Vectiv Infinite Trail. So it's a seriously heavily engineered double knit upper on this shoe. I think this one will take a serious pounding out on the trails, although it looks more like a shoe that you'd probably want to wear in Arctic conditions. It looks like something like a stormtrooper would wear, or perhaps Han Solo might be rocking out on Hoth. They do mention Kevlar in there, so I don't know whether that's part of the upper to provide some super durability. Isn't Kevlar what they make bulletproof vests out of? Blimey. Hopefully this one won't get too warm. There is some spiel that comes with the shoe that talks about microclimates. All sounds a bit moist to me. A carbon plate in the midsole, and of course that seems to be the fad right now with trail shoes even. You've got to have a carbon plate in everything. Perhaps even your Wellington boots. Maybe that would make them a little bit faster. Could be a really great option for people that hit the mud, dirt and rocky terrain, but probably not one that I can really do justice to right now. There's other people that need this shoe other than me. So it does seem a really well thought out offering. There's everything there you could possibly want in a trail shoe, with certainly more emphasis on midsole cushion than a lot of its competitors right now. 145 Earth credits though, it's a quite considerable outlay, and one I'm going to have to say nay to on this occasion. I think this is their middle tier shoe of the range. There's also the Flight Vective, which is, I think, around about 30 or 40 Earth credits more. I think that one's quite a bit lighter. I think this one falls somewhere in the middle. So what do you make of those 4 shoes today, guys? Are any of them yays or nays for you? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. A quick musical interlude for you. You know when you wake up in the morning and you have a song in your head and you have absolutely no idea where it came from? Well, it was a bit like that today. I had to go and listen to Graham Coxon's 2004 album, Happiness in Magazines. There's some superb tracks on here, some absolutely astonishing guitar playing from Mr. Graham Coxon. I could just picture him there with his little glasses and his Telecaster, playing those songs right in front of me, and I had to go and listen to the album once again. Doesn't seem that long ago since it came out, but it is. Some of the best tunes on there are Spectacular, Freaking Out, and also the superb People of the Earth. I think that's the song that was actually in my head when I woke up. So People of the Earth is this kind of cool, like the Martians, they're talking to the people on Earth saying, you know, we're going to blow you away with meteorites, and, you know, they worship ghosts, and, you know, they haven't got a good band. I think he does talk in there about how the people of the Earth are obsessed with newspapers and things as well. Pretty sure he does mention a famous British newspaper that quite a lot of people over in the UK use to line their cat litter trays. You know, it's not even good enough to wrap your fish and chips in. A superb album though from Graham Coxon. Very immediate production and beautiful, clear guitars. There's some real thought into the guitar playing there. And I really love Graham Coxon's delivery. I always have done, ever since he did that track on one of Blur's albums, Coffee and TV. That's a great tune. So do go and check that one out. 2004's Happiness in Magazines by Graham Coxon. Okay, that's just about all from me for today, guys. I've been having some well-deserved R&R. If you haven't done already, it really does help the channel out if you hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when I launch those new videos. And it really helps grow the channel if you give this video a thumbs up like and share this video with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you